Have you ever noticed how quickly you distract yourself when something feels uncomfortable? Maybe you reach for your phone, maybe you keep busy, maybe you start thinking your way out of the feeling before it really has a chance to land. If so, you're not doing anything wrong. You might be using something called avoidance, and it's far more common than we realize. Avoidance isn't something we do because we are lazy or unwilling, but most of the time it's something that we learned very early on. When emotions didn't feel safe to show, or when there wasn't anyone who could help us make sense of what we were feeling, avoidance became a way to cope. And it can show up in a few different ways. So, mentally, avoidance often looks like staying in our heads, overthinking, analyzing, explaining things away, telling ourselves it's not that bad or I shouldn't feel that way. Thinking becomes a way to stay a step away from what we are actually feeling. Emotionally, avoidance can look like being fine. It's staying on the surface, keeping things pleasant, pulling back when emotions start to feel heavier or more vulnerable. Sometimes it can turn into numbing, and other times it's just a quiet stepping back. It's not that the feelings aren't there, it's that we learned not to linger with them. And physically, avoidance often shows up through um, doing, like staying busy, scrolling, overworking. Sometimes it can be food, alcohol, substances, or even exercise. They can become ways to move away from discomfort. Not because we lack discipline, but because slowing down brings us closer to feelings we never learned how to hold safely. And this is important to say. These strategies once helped. They protected us when emotional support wasn't reliably there. But over time, avoidance can shape our relationships. Closeness can feel unsettling, needs can feel like too much, and asking for help can feel harder than being alone. So, noticing avoidance isn't about forcing change or pushing ourselves to feel more. It's about becoming curious. What do I reach for when things get hard? Or what might I be needing instead? And sometimes simply asking those questions slowly and kindly is the beginning of something new.